Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we wrap up the penultimate week of GNASH hockey play in the calendar year of 2023 with the biggest game of the season yet, Montgomery Bell against Franklin. A game that could potentially tilt the GNASH Cup in either team's direction, as they are pretty much the two only realistic contenders for the trophy left. If Franklin win tonight, they knock Father Ryan and Pope out of the GNASH Cup fight, and it'll be just they and NBA with only a few games left in the entirety of the season. Two teams finished in a 1-1 tie back on October 23rd. How will this game go tonight? Both teams have had differing starts to the second half of the regular season. We'll talk more about that in a bit. All right, let's talk about the results. Let's give you the results from Monday night's play to kick off this pregame show. On Monday night, you had Brentwood beating Independence Ravenwood 6-1. Centennial beat USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture 5-2. Franklin beat Ravenwood 7-2. Rutherford Rampage beat Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 4-0. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill with a 6-2 win over Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb. An impressive victory for the Bears. They've had a pretty good start to the second half so far. And Pope Prep MOK GCA beat Summit Page 4-2. So here are the standings. The second half standings coming into tonight. Franklin leading Tier 1 at 2-0. You've got Mount Juliet and Ensworth both at 1-1-1. Summit Page, Pope, and Father Ryan are both at 1-1. Or all at 1-1, excuse me. MBA are down in 7th with 2 ties, and Ravenwood are down at the bottom of Tier 1 at 0-2. Tier 2, Centennial leading at 3-0. Rutherford in second at 2-0. Then you've got Brentwood, the Outlaws, and Hendersonville all at 1-1. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture in 6th at 1-2. And you got Station Camp Liberty Creek and Independence Ravenwood 2, both at 0-2. And the schedule for this evening, we've got one game that is about to wind down. Game that got started at 7:10 over on Rink A here at Centennial. Ravenwood against Father Ryan. Father Ryan, at last check just a couple minutes ago, were leading 6-2 with just over 3 minutes left. So Ravenwood are going to lose again. They're going to be on a 3-game losing streak for the second time this season. And another game that's almost an hour old on the North Rink in Antioch. Station Camp Liberty Creek taking on USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture. I'm going to text Rich Mellon to get an update on that. That game should be getting close to being over. Coming up in just a couple minutes here on Rink B at Centennial, NBA taking on Franklin. 8:40 over on Rink A. The Outlaws taking on Indy. And 9:15 on the North Rink in Antioch. Rutherford taking on Centennial. I think that should be a pretty decent game. Yeah, it should be a really good game between those two teams. Third period, Station Camp leading USN 4-2. Of course, that game ended in the first meeting between them ended in a 5-5 tie. Back on September 25th, Station Camp had a 5-4 lead with 7 seconds left, only for Brody Wales to score the game-tying goal. As the Zamboni is off the ice, but Zamboni man's just got a scrape the snow off. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing our featured game tonight. First up, Montgomery Bell, coached by – I forgot to go over the GNASH Cup standings, didn't I? GNASH Cup standings, Franklin leading at 8-0-1, MBA in second at 6-0-3. Father Ryan and Pope both at 4-5. Mount Juliet at 3-5-2, and Ravenwood at 3-6. Both teams out on the ice warming up. All right, now let's move on and talk about two teams playing tonight's game. First up, MBA, coached by J.P. Dumont, have had a not great start to the second half of the regular season. 2 games, 2 ties. A 2-2 tie with Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb on November 13th, and 2 nights later, a 3-3 tie with Mount Juliet. They gave up 87 shots in those 2 games. And, of course, in this first meeting between these two teams, they allowed 36, but Hunter Wieck only allowed 1 in. Before that, MBA in the 3 games before that beat Ravenwood 5-2 on October 30th to close out the first. The 1-1 tie with Franklin on October 23rd, and then the October 20th win over Father Ryan 8-3. So let's look at the regular season stats for MBA as we come into tonight's game. Lee Guy is the leading scorer. He has 15 points from 9 goals and 6 assists. Trace Graham has 13 points from 7 goals and 6 assists. Matthew Moore with 12 points from 7 goals and 5 assists. Duke Dalbert, 7 points from a goal and 6 assists. James Lehrman, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Ethan Moore, 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Edwin Bass, 4 points from assists. Andrew Freck, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Ethan Sides, 2 points from goals. Michael DeTillo and Graham Rudder each have 2 points from assists. Abe Lasher and Hunter Musser each have a point from a goal. Hunter Musser scored MBA's lone goal in the 1-1 tie between these two teams back on October 23rd, but he is scratched tonight. So any hopes of getting another goal against the Admirals are dashed until at least the postseason for Hunter Musser. As Father Ryan do beat Ravenwood 6-2. And Emmett Castile has 1 point from a goal. On to goalie play, Hunter Wieck has played in all 9 games. His record matches the team 6-0-3. He's played 375 minutes. Goals against average of 2.02. No shutouts. He's allowed 18 goals on 263 shots, turned away the other 245. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 93. And Aiden Becker has played in 1 game. The final 3 minutes of the Father Ryan game on October 20th. And he turned away both shots that he faced. Let's move on to Franklin, coached by Todd Gross. Last 5 games, results of their last 5 games, dating back to October 23rd, the 1-1 tie with MBA. October 25th, they beat Father Ryan 3-0. November the 1st, they beat Rutherford 9-3 to close out the first half of the regular season. Opened the first half of the regular season 2 weeks ago tonight, November 15th, with a 5-0 win over Father Ryan. And then back on Monday, beat Ravenwood 7-2. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Gavin Akers is the leading scorer. He has 16 points from 5 goals and 11 assists. McLean Butters, 14 points from 9 goals and 5 assists. Quinn Loesch, 12 points from 6 goals and 6 assists. Hudson Loesch, 10 points from 8 goals and 2 assists. Cale Lewis, 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Grant Hayes, 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Hudson Richards and Brandon Mills each have 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Casper Thurston, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Aiden Murphy, who's not playing tonight, has 5 points from goal and 4 assists. Will McCormick, 4 points from assist. Owen McGrorty and Michael Mannion, who is back tonight after being scratched on Monday, each have 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Michael Mannion's only goal was the first goal before Hunter Musser scored the game. Grayson Butters Hayes is a point from a goal. Chase Wagers, Grayson Butters, and Cole Pointer each have a point from an assist. Let's move down to goalie play. Grayson Butters has played in 6 games. His record 5-0-1. He's played 252 minutes, goals against average of 1.67, 2 shutouts, 80 shots, turned away the other 80. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 89. Chad Jansen has played in 3 games. Franklin have won them all, so his record 3-0. He's played the full 126 minutes, goals against average of 1.67, 1 shutout. He's allowed 5 goals on 44 shots, turned away the other 39, and his save percentage in the regular season so far is also 89. Ready to go with this one. Hunter Wieck in goal for MBA. Grayson Butters in goal for Franklin. For this first period, MBA will carry the puck towards me. Franklin will carry it away from me. I'm standing behind the net that Franklin are defending for this first period. I'm standing to the right of it. So the benches are the near side boards and the bleachers are the far side boards. And this game is underway with Franklin winning the opening draw. Hudson Lush inside his own zone on the far side. Passes it off to Gavin Akers. Trying to clear it out off the boards. It stays in the zone, and Trace Graham dumps it into the left wing corner, picked up by Hudson Loesch. Battling with James Lehrman down low, and now Franklin managed to bring the puck out. Here's Akers into the NBA zone, making his way to the right wing side. Lehrman jumps in, able to poke the puck off him. Here's Trace Graham, backhanding it over to Lee Guy. Guy inside the Franklin zone, his shot off the stick of Hudson Loesch and over the net. And Franklin having trouble trying to get the puck out of their zone. Here's Trace Graham trying to backhand it down low to Matthew Moore. Now Lee Guy from the right circle falling down. His shot blocked. McLean Butters passing ahead to Brandon Mills out at center. Mills has the puck stripped away. And then Franklin are called offside, trying to bring the puck back into the NBA zone, and that took the first 58 seconds off the clock. As both sides will change for this draw, which will be right in front of the bleachers, just outside the NBA zone. Franklin win it. They have the puck inside the NBA zone. Here's Hudson Richards with a one-timer from the right point. I'm not sure if that was saved by Hunter Wieck or not. I guess it missed him to the right. Puck cleared out by the Big Red. Hudson Richards with it inside his own zone. Richards banks it off the far boards and out to center. Knocked down Matthew Moore. Now that centering pass was broken up. Quinn Loesch, but that centering pass was broken up. Quinn Loesch went right to the front of the net. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Here is Quinn Spencer. Spencer from behind his own net sends it around the wall to the far side. It's held in and set back down low by Ethan Sides. Matthew Moore behind the net wanted to put it out in front. His centering pass hit the skates of Richards. Puck rolling on its edge out to center. Dumped back in by Cortland Klett, but Matthew Moore was still offside. He's now onside as he's back on the bench. Puck back in the NBA zone. Brandon Fremgen passing it up the near side, but right to Hudson Richards, who sends it the other way. Kel Lewis chasing after it inside the NBA zone. Big Red trying to clear it out. Taken away. Lewis moving down low. A shot stopped by Wieck from the bottom of the right circle. NBA clear the puck down ice. It touched the stick on the way down. Icing waved off, but Hudson Loesch caught up to it at his own goal line anyway, so it wouldn't have been icing regardless. Owen McGrorty brings it out of the zone on the near side. Pushed up against the boards by Eli Stark. Eli Stark making his first appearance of the season. Better late than never. Fifth to last game of the regular season. You got to play at least 5 games to be eligible for the playoffs unless you're injured and can get a waiver. Well, this is the 5th to last game of the regular season for NBA, so check off 1 for Eli Stark. Puck in the NBA zone, down low, left wing corner. Owen McGrorty with it, but he's double teamed in the left circle, and the Big Red able to clear it out. And it's going to be, no, Grayson Butters. I guess icing was waved off, so Grayson Butters decided to play it. Play continues. Gavin Akers from behind his own net. Skates through center. Into the NBA zone. Tried to get around the last defender, Michael Datillo. He could not. He sent the puck on goal. Stopped and covered up by Hunter Wieck. 10:31 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Wieck's left. No, it's going to be to his right. And whoever's taking the face-off for Franklin has to go to the bench. It's Will McCormick, I think. Yeah, it's Will McCormick. I guess he's got a piece of equipment that's not set up correctly. So McLean Butters will take the draw in his place, and he's been kicked off the dot for Houston Vale. Draw was won by NBA, but the puck held in by Gavin Akers. Passes over to the left point. Quinn Spencer, shot through traffic, stopped and held onto by Hunter Wieck. Draw was to Wieck's right again. Won by NBA, but whoever played the puck for the Big Red ended up clearing it out of play, trying to get it around the wall and out. Draw was to Wieck's right again. Backhanded across the front of the net, but stolen away by the Big Red. Here comes Duke Dauba. No, correction, James Lehrman. Into the Franklin zone, sent the puck to the inboards, whipped around to the other side by Gavin Akers as the Admirals try and get it out. Brendan Mills near his own blue line with it, being careful. Banks it off the far kick plate. Now here's McLean Butters, left wing side of the NBA zone, trying to cross to the right wing side of the puck, knocked off his stick, gets back to it, drops it down low. It's now over on the far boards. Casper Thurston trying to get a stick on it. It's held in by Butters. Now here's Thurston on angle shot, misses the net. Puck out at center, Akers. Passes over to Hudson Loesch, ahead to Thurston, who chips it back into the NBA zone, but it's right under the stick of Abe Lasher. Michael Datillo sending it around the wall to the near side. And a clearing attempt at center, intercepted by Hudson Loesch, who brings it back in the NBA zone. Loesch on the right wing side, a shot missed the net. It was James Lehrman who fell over. After he had that clearing attempt intercepted, he fell over, and that gave Loesch the room to get in tight and get the shot off. Puck up against the end plate. Passed up to the right point, Gavin Akers. Akers holding, shooting, steered away. Or was it steered away by Wieck, or did somebody put a stick down in front and try to redirect? I think a Franklin player put down a stick in front and tried to redirect it. It didn't work out. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Butters passing over to Akers. Akers. Cross ice pass to Hudson Loesch. Loesch bumps it ahead to get McLean Butters, and it poked off his stick at center, and then Loesch has it stolen away. Here is Ethan Moore. Tried to shoot, and it went off his stick and across the Franklin zone to the other side. Now it's out at center. That's back inside the Franklin zone. Gavin Akers is going to get to it. Offside warning against NBA anyway. Here's Akers to center. Akers blazing by some pretty fast NBA players, trying to go to the front of the net, and he backhands it across the front of the net. Now it's in the high slot, Michael Mannion. Backhands it up to the left point, Quinlosh. Quinlosh shot over the net. And it hit the netting above the glass. I'm not sure if Hunter Wieck got a piece of that or not. 7:57 left in the first, no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Wieck's right. So I guess they're saying Wieck got a piece of it, or another NBA player got a piece of it that had it go out of play. Draw to the right of Wieck is won by NBA. Puck brought to center. And dumped into the Franklin zone by Andrew Frick. Picked up by Hudson Richards. Actually, no, he didn't get a stick on it. Eli Stark trying to pass out to the top of the left circle, and Ethan Sides got knocked down. Here's Josh Yurievich, right wing corner. Puck out on the far kick plate. Now it's back at the inboards. Hudson Richards trying to tap it around the wall. Puck passed up to the right point. Brendan Fremgen shot. Actually, no, he passes off to Ethan Sides, and Sides' shot misses the net to the right of Butters. Now the puck comes back towards the net. Actually went off a stick on its way, and Butters had to steer it away. Now back the other way, go Franklin. Here is Michael Mannion chasing after the puck in the NBA zone. It's behind the net. Passed up to the right point. Hudson Richards, one-timer, missed the net. Puck held in at the left point, sent down low by Josh Yurievich. Backhanded out in front, but intercepted by Eli Stark, who is going to clear. And this will be an icing. No, they said it just touched the stick of Josh Yurievich on its way down. Owen McGordy's going to bring it to center. Takes a bump from Lee Guy. Still manages to bring the puck into the NBA zone. Now here's DeTillo. Now Trace Graham at center into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Sends it through the crease. Nobody in a red sweater was there to help him out. Now the puck held in at the left point. Passed over the high slot, and Lee Guy's shot misses the net to the left of Butters. Hudson Richards desperately trying to get it out. They do. Puck just near the NBA blue line. Trace Graham backhands it back into the Franklin zone. Hudson Richards is going to get to it. Bank it off the far wall and out to center. Now Kel Lewis, left wing side of the NBA zone, taking a shot. Gloved and held on to by Hunter Wieck. 5:34 to go in the first, still zip-zip. Draw to the right of Hunter Wieck. Won by NBA. They're trying to get it around to the near side boards. Franklin going to keep it in. David Unger shooting the right point. And I think that was turned away by Wieck. I'm not sure. Now the puck out in front for Will McCormick, and his shot blocked by Graham Rudder. Right in front of the net. Now Franklin steal the puck up, but they end up coughing it up inside their own zone. They get it back, though. Quinn Spencer guides it out. Here's Houston Vale. Right wing side of the NBA zone. Left the puck behind him. He gathers it back in, but then gives it away to Brandon Fremgen. But now here's Casper Thurston around the back of the net. Backhanding the puck up to the left point. Quinn Spencer, one-timer. I think, yep, Wieck got a piece of it as it passed by. Unger behind the net, sending it back over to the far side. NBA trying to get it out. They do. It just went over the blue line, caught up to by Spencer. Quinn Spencer. Back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Backhands the puck to the inboards. Big Red trying to get it out. Held in and sent back down low. Michael DeTillo behind his own net, sending it around to the far side. Ethan Moore tried to clear. It's intercepted. Held in by Gavin Akers. It's back of the inboards. Graham Rudder sending it around to the near side. Matthew Moore tried to clear it out. Comes to Brandon Mills trying to go to the front of the net. It was poked away from him. Now here's a shot for Clay Butters. Score! After all that poking and jabbing, McLean Butters in the right edge of the slot, fires it into the roof of the net. Franklin lead 1-0 with 3:43 to go in the first. Draw one by the Admirals. Here's Quinn Loesch into the NBA zone. And the puck taken away for a moment by Trace Graham. Gets it back, gets a shot off on it. Hit iron, hit metal somewhere, and then a one-timer from the left point. And Hudson Loesch misses the net. Puck back in the Franklin zone, but Quinn Loesch almost gave Franklin a quick 2-0 lead. They're gonna need to jump out to a multi-goal lead. Here's Michael Mannion, right wing side of the NBA zone. Now at the inboards behind the net. Up to the left point, Hudson Loesch, a shot. Missed the net. Here's Quinn Loesch in the right wing corner. On angle shot went across the front of the net. Across the front of the net. Now the puck comes back up to Gavin Akers at the left point. He'll backhand it down low to the inboards. Michael DiTillo with it. Trying to clear it out. Now he's got it on the far side. Actually, no, that's Zach Rankin banking it hard off the boards and out. Gavin Akers with it inside his own zone. Passes ahead to Quinn Loesch. Now Loesch with it inside the NBA zone. Puck jabbed off his stick. Still gets off a little shot. That's gloved and held on to by Wieck. 2:24 left in the first. 1-0 Franklin. Draw to the right of Wieck. Puck just out to his left-hand side. Now it's out at center. Hudson Richards gathers it back in, but he's double-teamed it. Taken away by Andrew Franklin. Gets knocked down at the Franklin blue line. Now Richards going back in the other direction in the NBA zone with a shot that's blockered away by Wieck. Puck in the left wing corner. Owen McGroarty battling with Abe Lasher. Puck ends up behind the net on a Franklin stick. Trying the wraparound was Will McCormick, but the puck was poked away. Abe Lasher to center. Trying to pass it over to Andrew Freck. It's inside the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer beats Freck to it. Sends it around the wall to the near side. McGroarty clears it out. It's in the NBA zone, controlled by the Big Red. Now they clear it out. It's back in the Franklin end. Quinn Spencer just cleared it out and went off. An NBA player came back in with Edwin Bass in the zone, so it would have been offside. Now Hudson Richards from his own blue line holds on to the puck. Passes across to Quinn Spencer. Now here's Cole Pointer, left wing side of the NBA zone, a shot. Missed the net. And actually, no, Wieck got a piece of it. Final minute of the first. Here's Hudson Loesch out at center. Backhanding it over to Akers. Akers. Now Kel Lewis, left wing side of the NBA zone behind the net. Backhanded to open space, intercepted by Edwin Bass. He carries it out of the zone, but has it taken away at center. Puck back in the NBA zone. Cole Pointer catches up to it, left wing corner. Gets knocked over under 30 seconds left in the period. Clearing attempt went off the stick of Will McCormick just outside the zone. Here's Houston Vale. Passing off McCormick, right wing side of the NBA zone. McCormick gets around a defender, gets in front, but the puck comes to the net, and it is stopped and covered up by Wieck. 9.1 seconds to go in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is to the left of Wieck. Station Camp Liberty Creek beat USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture 6-4. And Hudson Loesch has the puck on the left wing boards, and that's it for the first. Sent the puck towards the front of the net, and I don't think it would have counted anyway. McLean Butters scoring from the slot late in the first, and Franklin have a 1-0 lead on NBA at the end of one. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Hunter Wieck still in goal for MBA for this second period. Franklin will carry the puck towards me. MBA will carry it away from me as Franklin win the draw to start the second. Brandon Mills, right wing side of the NBA zone. Casper Thurston backhands the puck in front, shot, score! It's Butters again! And Hunter Wieck is trying to claim that the net was dislodged. And it was dislodged at the left-hand post, but nobody noticed it. And it takes just 12 seconds for Franklin to double the lead. It's 2-0. Graham Rudder got the puck away from Mills, but Casper Thurston picked it up, carried it below the goal line, put it out in front. Butters waited and shot it in the back of the net. He's got both of Franklin's goals, and they get what they need against NBA. A multi-goal lead. Puck inside the NBA zone in the left wing corner. Casper Thurston falls over, puts it out in front, but Hunter Wieck there to put a glove on it or over it. Draw to Wieck's right. Won by NBA. They try and clear it out, but it's held in on the right wing side. Quinn Loesch behind the net. Comes back around to the left wing side. Passes up to the left point, David Unger. Or is it Hudson Loesch? It's Hudson, excuse me. Passes off, Gavin Akers out high. Akers passes down low. Quinn Loesch had to go off his stick right to Michael DeTillo, who clears it out, but Gavin Akers intercepts. Backhands it over to the near side. Flicked ahead by Ethan Sides. Andrew Freck inside the Franklin zone, and the puck taken away. Here's Akers. Akers to center. Into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Akers goes to the inboards. Knocked into the boards by Michael DeTillo. Puck picked up by Grant Hayes. Hayes passing out to the left point. Hudson Loesch. Loesch passes over to Michael Mannion. Mannion goes below the goal line. Gets knocked into the boards by DeTillo. Eli Stark trying to clear, held into the right point by Gavin Akers. Pass across, went out of the zone. Hudson Loesch with it now. Loesch. Ahead to Quinn, his big brother. The puck back. Oh, in the NBA zone, but I think they call offside. Hudson fell over right at the blue, or Quinn fell over right at the blue line, and I guess he slid over the line. So they call offside. 12:07 to go in the second. 2-0. Franklin leading. Puck in the NBA zone, carried out by Matthew Moore. Moore, right wing side of the Franklin zone, drops it back. Ethan Moore, his shot missed the net. The big guns for NBA have been absolutely effective-less so far. Ineffective, that's the way to say it. Here's Josh Yurievich sending the puck around the wall to the far side now. Abe Lasher with it at center. Ahead to Duke Dalba. Now Matthew Moore back inside the NBA zone. Franklin zone, a shot turned away by Grayson Butters. Just the second shot on goal of the game for NBA. Puck back in the NBA zone, cleared away from the front of the net by Graham Rudder. It's loose at center. Owen McGorty pokes the head. Cale Lewis back inside the NBA zone. Gets around a man in front of the backhander. Stopped by Wieck with a right leg pad. Cale Lewis got loose, but Hunter Wieck denied him. And boy, he had to. And Lewis from center ends up clearing the puck into his own bench, trying to dump it back in. But Cale Lewis pushed the puck around Graham Rudder. Caught up to it in the slot, got right to the front of the net, got off a backhander that Wieck stopped. Draw's going to be right at center. 10:59 to go in the second, 2-0. Franklin leading. Draw one by the Admirals. Here's Hudson Richards. Dumps it hard in the NBA zone. Puck coming around the wall to the near side. Hank Hayes battling with Michael Datillo. Datillo with it, left wing corner. Pushed into the boards by Will McCormick. Hayes jabs the puck off of him. Lee Guy sweeps it around the boards to the far side. I have not said Lee Guy's name a lot in this game so far. That is a huge shock. That is how effective Franklin's defense has been. Puck out at center. And it's back in the Franklin zone, but cleared out immediately. Michael Datillo with it now back inside his own end. Trying to pass up the near side. Lee Guy has it at center. Brings it into the Franklin zone. I don't know if he was shooting or trying to pass across, but it was broken up by a stick. Puck now over on the far boards. Puck comes out in front of Lee Guy. You score! Puck suddenly came out in front to Lee Guy, and he one-times it in. And that's why Franklin needed to jump out to a multi-goal lead, because that dangerous NBA top line will make itself known, and they do. 2-1 Franklin with 10 minutes to go in the second. NBA scoring just their third shot of the game. Gavin Akers brings the puck into the NBA zone. Shot from the left circle. Stopped by Hunter Wieck. He had trouble trying to cover it up. He eventually does. Draw going to be to Wieck's right. Draw one by Franklin, but careless attempt to pass it back to the blue line by Casper Thurston, allowed Andrew Freck to swipe the puck and carry it out to center. Now it's turned over inside the Franklin zone. Andrew Freck's shot slowed up by the stick of Gavin Akers. Franklin nearly turning the puck over right inside their own zone. They're lucky it wasn't one of the big guns like Guy, Graham, or Moore. Or that could have been disastrous. Casper Thurston, left wing side of the NBA zone, a shot stopped by Hunter Wieck. Here's Ethan Sides carrying the puck out to center, banging it off the near boards. It's intercepted and sent the other way. Dumped back into the NBA zone, but only for a moment. Cleared out by Abe Lasher. Now here's Casper Thurston, left wing side of the NBA zone. A shot stopped and covered up by Wieck. 8:58 to go in the second. 2-1 Franklin. Draws to Wieck's right. One by NBA. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Duke Dalbo with it. Passes ahead to Matthew Moore at center. Moore, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Gets off a shot. Score! Got off a shot, and I guess Grayson Butters was screened. It ends up going into the roof of the net. The game is tied at 2 with 8:44 to go in the second. And he wasn't even out there with his top line mates of Guy and Graham. It was Dalba and his brother Ethan. I think Ethan's his brother. But it's now 2-2. Franklin have got to be careful. And they've got to score on Hunter Wieck again. Hunter Wieck is a cheat code and a final boss all in the same manner. Franklin with a puck just outside the NBA zone. Almost gave it away to Duke Dalba. Here's Quinn Loesch, right wing side of the NBA zone. Backhands it in front, but Grant Hayes couldn't get a stick on it. Duke Dalba with it now at center. Dalba into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Drops it back. Matthew Moore got away from him just enough for it to be taken away by Michael Mannion. Mannion carries it out to center. Ahead for Quinn Loesch. Loesch, it's inside the NBA zone, but picked up by Ethan Moore. Goes down low towards the left wing corner. Now it comes back out up top to Josh Jurjevich. Jurjevich passes off to Cale Lewis. Lewis in the left wing corner. Puts it behind the net for Michael Mannion. Mannion passes out up top, but Quinn Spencer wasn't at the blue line. Now Spencer behind his own net, sending the puck up the far boards, and he hit another NBA player. He put a big hit on Trace Graham, and he's going to go to the box for it. Franklin, they've blown their 2-0 lead here. They don't need to be giving anything to this NBA team. Quinn Spencer going to go to the box for roughing. So NBA get the first power play of the game, 7:26 to go in the second, with a game tied at 2. Draw is going to be to the left of Grayson Butters. Draw one by the Big Red. Michael Datillo, left point, a shot. Hit traffic in front of the net and went up in the air and out of play. Draw is to the right of Grayson Butters. Draw one by the Big Red. Here's Michael Datillo. Datillo shot from out high. Gloved and held on to by Butters. Shooting from the center point, and Butters knocked it down with the glove and held on for the whistle. Draw going to meet up Butters right again. Draw one by Franklin, and they whip it around the boards and out. It's back in the NBA zone. Michael Datillo's going to get to it. Datillo hands it off to Trace Graham. Graham backhands it over to James Larriman. Larriman will bring it out of the zone to center. Trying to chip it up the near side. Lee Guy. Maneuver it down the wall inside the Franklin zone. And Franklin take it away, and they clear it out. Caught up to by Datillo. Passed over to Matthew Moore. Now Datillo. Ahead to Moore. Moore scored the most recent goal. Backhands it back into the Franklin zone. Picked up by Hudson Loesch. Loesch whips it around the boards to the far side. Held in Datillo. Here's Matthew Moore again. Passing down Lee Guy. No, it's not Guy. Guy is out there, though, as Franklin able to take the puck away and bring it out. Casper Thurston in the Big Red zone, and taken away on the back check by Michael Datillo. Puck now on the near boards. Here's Thurston with it again. Drops it down low to McLean Butters, who has both of Franklin's goals. Butters, under 30 seconds left of the power play, sends it around the wall to the far side. Gavin Akers couldn't get a stick on it. He was double-teamed. Now he has the puck again. Comes out in front, a shot! Gloved and held on to by Hunter Wieck. Well, that turned into a really good shorthanded chance for Franklin really quickly. 18 seconds left in the power play. 5:44 to go in the second. Still 2-2. Draws to Wieck's left. One by NBA. A Blasher behind the net, passing to his left. Duke Dalba ahead to Ethan Moore. Moore inside the Franklin zone. A little shot stopped by Grayson Butters, and he'll cover up the rebound. Just 3 seconds left of the man advantage. Draws to Butters right. One by Franklin. And the clock hasn't started. Now it has. Penalty time against Franklin is up. Puck out in front. Covered up by Butters. Strawby to his right again. One by Franklin. They get it out to center. A Blasher dumps it back in. Puck in the right wing corner. Michael Mannion with it now. Passes ahead. to Grant Hayes. Hayes inside the NBA zone on the left wing side. Can't get away from Brandon Fremgen, who forces the puck off of him. Now Lasher to center. Lasher in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. A shot knocked away by Butters. Here's Quinn Loesch backhanding the puck out, but right to Brandon Fremgen. Fremgen banks it off the near boards. Back inside the Franklin zone. It's behind the net. Hudson Richards will catch up to it. NBA changing the line. Richards passing up the far side. Quinn Loesch lets it deflect into the NBA zone. It's in the right wing corner. Puck whipped around the wall and held into the left point, sent back down low by, I think it's Quinn Spencer. Now Michael Mannion passing up to the right point. Hudson Richards. Richards a shot, hit Loesch in the leg. Quinn Loesch in the leg. I'm sorry, that was Hudson Loesch that held the puck in just a few seconds ago. But that shot did hit Quinn Loesch's leg and ended up allowing for NBA to clear it out. Now at the other end, a shot from Ethan Sides off the glove of Grayson Butters. Shot from the right half wall, gloved and held onto by Butters. That's Sides again. 3:55 to go in the second, and the game is tied at 2. Draws to the left of Butters. Won by the Big Red. Puck whipped around the boards to the far side. Owen McGroarty hands it off, passed up the far wall. It's in the NBA zone. Overskated by Cole Pointer. No, it just went over the blue line and was sent back in by Gavin Akers, and it ended up going out of play. They're saying it was because of Akers, so they're going to drop the puck outside the NBA zone. Draw one by the Big Red. Zach Rankin sends the puck all the way down into the Franklin zone. Icing was waved off. Lee Guy holding it in, keeping it alive at the blue line. Now here's Akers. Outlaws leading Independence 2-1 at the end of one over on Rink A. Man, that first period took a while. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Hudson Loesch with it. Carries it out to center, and it knocked off his stick for a moment. He gathers it back in on the left wing side of the NBA zone. Gets to the front of the net, and the puck got away from him right when he got to the front of the net. And the Big Red end up icing it. 2:45 left in the second, 2-2. Draws to Wieck's left. It's won by Franklin. Puck on the inboards behind the net. Big battle for the puck. Hank Hayes in there. Hayes with it. Comes out to the right wing side. Sends it through the crease. The bottom of the right circle. Puck out at center. Now Gavin Akers brings it back in on the left wing side. Akers behind the net. Now on the right wing. And it jabbed away by Duke Dauba and cleared. Akers will catch up to it inside his own zone. Akers behind his own net. Comes out to his left. Ooh, almost lost the puck. Here's Hudson Loesch passing ahead. Now here is Hank Hayes, left wing side of the NBA zone. Wanted a centering pass for Will McCormick. That was broken up by Brandon Fremgen. Hayes with the puck again, trying to send it to the front of the net. Hit the skates of McCormick. Puck out at center, picked up by Gavin Akers. Akers tried to pass. He sends it back in from center off the right leg pad of Wieck. Franklin making a line change. Matthew Moore trying to clear the puck out, but it's held in. Will McCormick passes over. Graves Tavella shot off the top of the bar and over the net. Stays in play. Puck comes up to the right point. Quinn Spencer's shot stopped and held onto by Wieck as we've entered the final minute of the second. 59.5 seconds left of the period to be exact. And the game is tied at 2. Draw is going to be to Wieck's left. Draw won by Franklin. One-timer from the right point, and David Unger floats into the glove of Wieck. Draw be to his left again. Won by NBA and cleared out. Quinn Spencer with it. Ahead to Thurston. Brought back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. He stops, maneuvers the puck around Lee Guy and gets off a shot from the left circle that's gloved and held onto by Wieck. Draw be to Wieck's right. Won by NBA. Michael Datillo backhands the puck around the wall to the far side. Held in at the right point, sent towards the front of the net, but intercepted by Michael Datillo. That was Unger's shooting. Under 30 seconds left of the period now. Puck in the right wing corner. Brandon Mills tried to backhand it out in front, but it hit the skates of Casper Thurston. Thurston drops it back into the right wing corner. Here's McLean Butters trying to put it out in front for Thurston. It's covered up in the far side of the net by Wieck. 13.3 seconds left in the second. 2-2. Draws to Wieck's left again. I think I just said that. Or did I? I'm not sure. Puck out in front. And here's Thurston. A shot turned away by Wieck. Tried to put it out in front again for McLean Butters. It was intercepted and cleared out by Graham Rudder. Now here's James Lehrman shooting from center. Turned away by Grayson Butters. And that is it for the second. McLean Butters scored to make it 2-0. Franklin just 12 seconds into the second. But then NBA's big guns woke up. First Lee Guy put him on the board, and then Matthew Moore tied things up. And it is 2-2 between NBA and Franklin at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third and final period of this one. Hunter Wieck still in goal for NBA. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. This period, third period, NBA will carry the puck towards me. Franklin will carry it away from me. Franklin win the draw, and a shot from Quinn Loesch is over the net. From the left wing side of the NBA zone, now Loesch behind the net. Trying to backhand it up to the left point. Stolen and carried to center by Cabe Kirkland, brought into the Franklin zone, but he's pushed off the puck. Picked up by Gavin Akers. Akers flips it out to center. It's inside the NBA zone, but Michael Datillo is going to clear it out. Actually, no, it did not go out. Datillo with it again. Passes it over to Kirkland. Kirkland had it taken away by Hudson Loesch. Hudson Loesch back in the NBA zone. Puck out in front. Now here's Shot in the left wing that misses the net. I think it's Michael Mannion shooting. Puck out at center, picked up by Gavin Akers. Trying to, inside his own zone, going towards his own net, trying to get away from Eli Stark. He does so. Passes ahead to Mannion. Mannion, left wing side of the NBA zone, drops it up the wall. Sent back down low behind the net. Graham Rudder with it. Whips it around the boards to the near side. Now the puck out at center on the stick of Abe Lasher. Lasher back into the Franklin zone, and it knocked off his stick by Gavin Akers. Here's Mannion with it again. Trying to get it ahead to Quinn Loesch. Loesch lets it deflect back into the NBA zone. Puck comes up to the left point. There's a one-timer from Hudson Loesch. That misses the net to the right of Wieck. Puck sent around the boards to the far wall and out. Gavin Akers beats Lee Guy to it, trying to send it back towards the NBA zone. But here's Trace Graham back in the Franklin with a shot. Stopped and covered up by Butters. Graham shooting for the right circle. 12:05 to go, still 2-2. Draws to Butters left. One by NBA and a shot from Andrew Frecken to be turned away by Butters right off the draw. Here's Hudson Richards in his own left wing corner. Behind the net. Passes it over, and it's cleared out by Quinn Spencer. It's out at center. Cole Pointer sending it towards the NBA blue line. It is inside the NBA zone with the Big Red able to clear it out. Spencer ahead to Cale Lewis. Now Cole Pointer, left wing side of the NBA zone. Puck backhanded around to the near side. Comes up to the right point. Richards trying to fire it down low. It didn't go very far. It's in the right wing corner. McGroarty. Well, McGroarty had taken away. Comes up to the blue line. Richards, a one-timer. I think it missed the net. I don't think Hunter Wieck touched it. Puck comes up to the left point. Lewis passes back down low past McGroarty. NBA desperately trying to get it out. They can't. Here's Richards at the right point. Firing it around the wall to the far side. Cale Lewis trying to keep it tucked up against the boards in the left wing corner. Puck is behind the net. Cole Pointer. Now McGroarty. Now the puck's going to be carried out by the Big Red. It's back in the Franklin zone. Richards tried to clear, but he hit Andrew Frecken, then a shot from Eli Stark misses the net. Big break for Franklin there. As the puck is touched by the loose stick, I think, of Matthew Moore and goes out of play. But are NBA going to get a penalty here? A hooking call against Andrew Freck. So Franklin getting their first power play of the game. The game tied at 2, 10:23 to go. Draws to Hunter Wieck's right. Franklin with a puck in their zone, brought out by McLean Butters into the NBA end on the right wing side. Puck poked away. There's a little soft shot from the bottom of the left circle, and Quinn Loesch stopped and covered up by Hunter Wieck. Draw's going to be to Wieck's right again. One by the Admirals. Here is McLean Butters behind the net. Passing out to the right point, Hudson Loesch. Loesch back down low to Butters. McLean Butters shot turned away by Hunter Wieck. Casper Thurston trying to pass to the slot. Held in Gavin Akers at the blue line. Across to Hudson Loesch. Now Thurston left circle. Try to go center it for McLean Butters, who couldn't get his stick on it. It's out at center. Minute left in the power play for the Admirals. Casper Thurston hands it off to Gavin Akers, and just inside his own blue line, he whiffs on a pass attempt. Now he just decides to carry the puck himself. He's back in the NBA zone on the left wing side, drops it up top. Hudson Loesch passes across off the boards. Casper Thurston. Thurston out of the blue line. Moving across, sends it down low into the left wing corner. Here's Quinn Loesch behind the net, whips it around the wall to the near side, but no one's there at the right point to get it. It's out at center. Under 30 seconds left of the power play. Franklin with a puck again. Hudson Loesch passing out up top to the left point, Gavin Akers. Down low to Hudson Loesch again. Akers calling for it to the left point, and Loesch fires it across the front of the net. We get a whistle. Do we have another penalty or? It's a penalty against NBA again. Brandon Fremgen, I think, just popped over the boards into the box. There's 10 seconds left in the first penalty. No, it's Ethan Moore going in. Too many men, I guess? Well, Franklin now have a 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. 8:33 to go, and the game is tied at 2. Draw one by the Admirals. Michael Mannion, right point. First penalty against NBA is up. Shot in the left point, blocked and cleared. Franklin with another 5-on-4 for about 1:50. Here's Quinn Spencer behind his own net. Ahead to Michael Mannion. Drops the puck back to his own inboards. I don't think Quinn Spencer was expecting that. Quinn Spencer with it again, passes over to Brandon Mills. Puck out at center, picked up by Lee Guy, brought back in. Tried to get it over to Matthew Moore. Swiped by Quinn Spencer. He'll carry it out. Puck comes around to the left point. Hudson Richards holds it in inside the NBA zone. Passes down low. It's behind the net. Big Red tried to clear it out. Held into the blue line by Mannion. Sent back down low. Under a minute left in the 5-on-4 for Franklin. Mannion right point. Across to the left point. Quinn Spencer, slap shot, missed the net. And the puck cleared out this time with the Big Red. They'll change the line. Well, they'll change the front of it anyway. Puck brought back into the NBA zone. It's out in front, but Big Red player has it. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-4. It's Abe Lasher crossing the red line and dumping it back into the Franklin zone. Puck held into the blue line by Hudson Loesch. Nope, but hopped off his stick and out to center. Loesch brings it back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Shot missed the net. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're back at even strength. Gavin Akers having to be careful with Duke Dalba breathing down his neck. Now here's McLean Butters, left wing side of the NBA zone. Drops it back. Shot over the net. Puck held into the right point by Gavin Akers. Akers moving around a defender. Passes over to the left point. Hudson Loesch fakes a slapper. Passes down to Mannion. Leaves it in the left wing corner. Butters comes out in front of backhander. Stopped by Wieck. Big save by Wieck there. Puck cleared out to center. Franklin get it back. Here's Akers. Now Brandon Mills trying to go back across inside the NBA zone. Quinn Loesch fires it across off the left wing boards. Puck put out in front, but it's stolen away, and the Big Red cleared out again. It's inside the Franklin zone, picked up by Gavin Akers. Akers carries it to center. In the NBA zone on the left wing side, gets off a shot that may have hit the glove of Hunter Wieck. Yes, it did. Just grazed it. They put the shot up on the board. Puck out at center. Brought back into the Franklin zone and dumped deep by Andrew Freck. Now here's Hudson Loesch. Carrying it out to center. Into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Gets to the front of the net, shoots it past the net. Puck out in the left wing corner. Put out in front, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it. It's carried to center by Ethan Moore. Moore knocked off his stick from behind. It's back in the Franklin zone. Hudson Richards with it. Richards behind his own net. Stretch pass up the far side, Casper Thurston, left wing side of the NBA zone. Shot that would have gone over the net, but Hunter Wieck decides to glove and hang on to it just to be safe. 4:30 to go. It's 2-2. Draw to the right of Hunter Wieck. One by the Big Red. It's up against the end plate, the kick plate. Carried out to center by James Lehrman, and it poked away. Cale Lewis unable to move it up the ice, so Lehrman gets it back. Lehrman back in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Sends it across the front of the net and past the goal to the right of Grayson Butters. Clearing attempt knocked down by Lee Guy. Richards will clear it out. Stretch pass up the far side to Cale Lewis, left wing side of the NBA zone. Lewis puts it out in front. Oh, McGrady, sent it to the crease. Puck out at center. Brought in offside by James Lehrman. Trace Graham had just drifted over the blue line. Lehrman brought it in. 3:44 to go. The game is tied at 2. Draw going to be on the dot just outside the Franklin zone in front of the bleachers. One by the Admirals. Here is Gavin Akers carrying the puck to center. Akers into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Got bumped off the puck. Now he's battling on the right wing boards with Matthew Moore. Puck now behind the net. Big Red bring it out. It's inside the Franklin zone. Came towards the net. Grayson Butters steered it into the left wing corner to his right. Now here's Michael Mannion inside the NBA zone on the left wing side. Puck got away from him. Ethan Sides trying to clear, and Matthew Moore ends up sending it into his own bench. 3:01 to go. Still 2-2. Draw is going to be to the left of Wieck. One by NBA. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Puck held in. McLean Butters going to the front of the net. A shot stopped and held on to by Wieck. And now NBA are going to use their timeout with 2:47 to go. Big save that Hunter Wieck made just then. McLean Butters looking for the hat trick and to give Franklin the lead back. Is there a winning goal inside this final 2:47? We'll see how things unfold. Timeout is over. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wieck's right. It's won by Franklin. Puck put out in front, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it, so Lee Guy has it. Guy into the Franklin zone. A shot off a stick and out of play. Draw is going to be to Grayson Butters left. Draw one by NBA. Michael DiTillo's shot hit a leg and ended up going into the left wing corner. Here's Brandon Mills. Carries the puck to center. Into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Trying to get over to Grayson Butters. Oh, he got tripped. Mills got tripped by Matthew Moore. And Moore's going to go to the box for it. Moore had the stick blade down, and Mills tripped over it. And a big power play for Franklin coming up. And now the Admirals are going to use their timeout. 2:10 to go, game tied at 2. Outlaws leading Indy 4-2 after 2. Yeah, they beat them 6-2 on September 25th. I don't expect anything different tonight. The Rutherford Centennial game should be underway by now over in Antioch. Matthew Moore in the box. That's a big player off for NBA for next 2 minutes, or if Franklin can score. NBA, it'll be their third straight tie, but it'll also be their fourth tie of the season. And this is the last time they'll see Franklin. They need Franklin to lose a game or two. They want to win the GNASH Cup, because they'll probably have to do it on points. They'd probably lose the most wins tiebreaker if it came down to it. Timeout done. Draw is going to be to the left of Wieck. Won by Franklin. Gavin Akers passes over to the left point. Michael Mannion trying to go back across. Intercepted by Trace Graham, but he couldn't hang on to the puck. Now it's cleared out by Lee Guy, but only as far as center. Hudson Loesch. Ahead to McLean Butters. Butters. Now Akers. Back in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Passes over to the left point. Casper Thurston moving down the left wing a bit. Back up top, Akers. Over to Hudson Loesch. One-timer stopped and held on to by Hunter Wieck. 29 seconds have elapsed on the power play. Draw will be to Wieck's left again. Draw one by Franklin. Here's Hudson Loesch. Skating around, dropping down towards the right wing corner. Passes up top to the right point, Akers. Back down to Loesch. Loesch. Moving down again. He's in the right wing corner. Now moves back out. A shot in the right circle. Stopped by Wieck. Rebound try. Stopped by Wieck and covered up. I think that was McLean Butters on the follow-up. 64 seconds left in the power play. 75 seconds to go in the game. It's tied at 2. Draws to Wieck's left again. Draw one by Franklin again. Hudson Loesch. Passing out up top, Gavin Akers. Akers holding. Now back over to Loesch. Trying to skate away from Trace Graham. Loesch moving over to the left wing side. Leaves it for Casper Thurston. Thurston's shot hit a stick. Stayed inside the zone. Gavin Akers trying to put it out in front. Ends up going towards the boards under a minute left in both the game and the penalty. Here's McLean Butters on the right wing boards. Shot stopped by Wieck. Rebound, Hudson Loesch off of Wieck's right leg pad. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Admirals. Puck comes up to Hudson Loesch, left point. Oh, but he couldn't keep it in the zone. Hopped over his stick and out. Franklin get it back. McLean Butters brings it back into the left wing side. Puts it behind the net, sends it around the wall. Back up top to the right point. Gavin Akers shot. Steered away. Puck put out in front. And it's going to be cleared out. Played with a high stick by Matthew Moore as he came out of the box. 1.6 seconds to go. Looks like this game's going to end in a 2-2 tie. And they're going to drop the puck inside the NBA zone to the left of Hunter Wieck. They're going to give Franklin a chance. They're going to give Franklin a chance to try and get the winner. They win the draw. Shot is blocked, and that's it. The game ends 2-2. And yet again, Hunter Wieck saves NBA's bacon. But it is a third straight tie and a fourth overall in the regular season. They cannot keep tying games. Because it will cost them the GNASH Cup. Franklin's second tie. So they played 2 games in the regular season and nobody won either of them. They both ended tied. First one ended in a tie. Second one ends in a tie. First one ended 1-1. Second one ended 2-2. So the goal scorers in this one. For NBA, Matthew Moore, who had the tying goal. Lee Guy had their first goal, and both Franklin goals were scored by McLean Butters. But the player of the game is Hunter Wieck. Again. Once again, he has to stand in his head to keep NBA in the game. He made 34 saves on 36 shots as the game ends 2-2. So that is 3 games from tonight in the books. Final scores so far: Father Ryan beating Ravenwood 6-2. Station Camp Liberty Creek beating USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pastures 6-4. Just now NBA and Franklin finishing in a 2-2 tie. And latest update from Rink A, Outlaws leading Indy at the end of 2, 4-2. And, of course, no update from Rutherford and Centennial. And we won't know a final on that for a good while. So here are the standings with 3 of tonight's games in the books. The second half, Tier 1, Franklin now leading at 2-0-1, 2 wins and a tie. Father Ryan now in second at 2-1. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill, Lebanon, and Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb both at 1-1-1. MBA now move up. They are now 0-0-3, 3 ties. Summit Page and Pope are both 1-1, and Ravenwood are now 0-3. Let me just do some quick math, folks. I got to look at the GNASH Cup standings. So Franklin now have 18 points. Father Ryan have 10. Father Ryan have 4 games left. They have 5 wins. Father Ryan are still in the GNASH Cup hunt, but just barely. Just barely. Tier 2 standings. Centennial leading at 3-0. Rutherford Rampage in second at 2-0. You've got Brentwood, the Outlaws, and Hendersonville all at 1-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek now at 1-2 after the win tonight. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture now 1-3. Independence at 0-2. The GNASH Cup standings look like this now. Franklin still leading at 8-0-2. Ryan 5, and NBA now 6-0-4. Father Ryan 5-5. Pope at 4-5. Pope Prep MOK GCA 4-5. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central Green Hill 3-5-2, and Ravenwood now at 3-7. Mount Juliet and Ravenwood have been eliminated from GNASH Cup contention. Father Ryan and Pope barely hanging on by a thread. They'll probably both be out of it next week. But folks, if Franklin had won tonight, and then Summit beat MBA on Monday night, next Wednesday Franklin would have had the chance to win the GNASH Cup by beating Ensworth. It's not going to happen. The fight is going to go until January. So let's check the schedule for next week. The final week of GNASH play in the calendar year of 2023. Monday, the action gets started 5:15 on the Terry Chris Brink in Bellevue. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture taking on Independence, Ravenwood 2. 6:45 in the Chris Brink, Father Ryan taking on Mount Juliet. 7 p.m. here on Rink B at Centennial, Pope taking on Ravenwood. 7:40 over on Rink A, Summit Page taking on MBA. 8:25 in Bellevue, Hendersonville taking on the Outlaws. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin taking on the Outlaws. And here on the B Rink, Rink B at Centennial at 8:30, Brentwood taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. Next Wednesday, 7:10 over on Rink A here at Centennial, Rutherford taking on USN. 7:30 over on the North Rink in Antioch, Ravenwood taking on Summit Page. 8:30 here on Rink B, Hendersonville taking on Brentwood. 8:40 over on Rink A, Franklin against Ensworth, and 9:15 on the North Rink in Antioch, Station Camp taking on Station Camp taking on Independence. From what I'm being told, that's going to be the last 9:15 game in Antioch because teams are complaining about it because it's such a late start. So we're probably going to go back to having just 4 games on Wednesday, which we would have had to do anyway for the playoffs because I don't know how many games they're going to play in that first night of the playoffs, which I think is going to be January 29th. But, yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're going to go back down to 4 games on Wednesday nights starting next month. So our broadcast schedule next week. Monday will be here at Centennial. We're going to be at Centennial both nights next week. Monday will be in the air at 7:35 for a 7:40 face-off between Summit Page and MBA. And then next Wednesday, 8:35 pregame for an 8:40 face-off between Franklin and Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb. As the GNASH Cup race, well, it looks like it's going to be down to 2 teams, but things are heating up. And that is it for Week 10. Yeah, Week 10 of the 2023-2024 GNASH season. Want to thank you all so much for listening. Our final tonight, 2-2 tie between Montgomery Bell and Franklin. Hunter Wieck with another great goaltending performance. Are these two going to meet in the playoffs? Man, I hope so. Because we need to find out who's best among, well, 3-on-3 gimmick OT won't really tell the story. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great weekend. Good night, everybody, from Centennial. Just one more week of GNASH hockey to be played in the calendar year of 2023. We'll see you Monday. We'll talk to you Monday right back here at Centennial over on Rink A at 7:35 for Summit Page against NBA. Good night and have a good weekend. Good night. I'm Michael Ackney. Good night and have a good weekend.